Good afternoon, caravanners and campers. Today we have been sent a very nice little gift from the guys at SnoMaster. Thank you very much. What makes this fridge freezer different than a lot of other fridge freezers on the market is the fact that there's only a limited amount that were ever produced. This is the SMDZ-LS55. That's the product code. If you're not sure what the product code stands for, it'll be on the box. I think it'll be in the front, just over here. The SMDZ stands for SnoMaster. DZ is dual fridge freezer. LS means leisure series, and 55 because it's a 55-liter fridge freezer. Yeah, very, very cool. And excited to unbox this. As you can see, it's just been delivered. The straps are still on, not been tampered with, brand spanking new. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it today, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, what it feels like, how much it can hold. We're actually going to do a product test so that I can physically show you what this unit is capable of doing. Very, very cool. It has a 3-year warranty on the unit itself and a 7-year warranty on the compressor. It is a 55-watt compressor, which is very cool, I think. It can run off 12 volts or 220 volts. Obviously, 12 volts is a lot more economical than 220 volts, but we will get there. I've brought some goodies over here to do my unboxing. It's always very exciting when we get to unbox a brand new unit. There you go. Let's take those two off. If you have a Stanley knife, it's just easier with a Stanley knife. If you do as many videos as I do, it just makes the process a whole lot simpler and packing away easy as well. There we go, let's get across there. So, for those of you who are not familiar with SnoMaster, let me tell you very briefly while I'm busy unboxing. So SnoMaster first came onto the 12-volt series probably in about 2000, and it was actually designed and developed by Shane Bennett and David Chen, I think his name is. And that was in 2000. Then in 2004, they actually redesigned the thickness of the insulation inside the box, so that it was more durable, it was more economical, it's got a better casing. And then in 2014, I think they shipped their first unit off to the UK. And now in 2023, many years on from then, they are available around the world. They've got great customer services. They've got an excellent services and warranty department. Very happy. I am a SnoMaster fan, and which is why the guys sent me this box today to see what it entails and to do my product test. It's got grab handles and folding handles here. One of the things that I like about these handles is the fact that they are not spring mounted. Some people like the spring mounted handles. The spring mounted handles are the ones that fold down very quickly. I call them finger traps. It's just easier if you put the cooler on the ground that you can obviously keep it in whatever position you need it in. Let's see how heavy it is. There you go. Not that heavy at all. Get a chance to flex my guns. We can put that away. We're done with that. Very, very nice. I think it's a very good quality, very good build quality. I'm going to put this out of the way. Yeah, and this is the important bit. If you come and have a look at it over here, it's got this plastic sticker over it because it is brand new. So this particular unit was manufactured as 163 of 568. So it is a limited edition range. If you were number 600 in the queue, sorry, you're not going to be able to get one. This is it right here. And then let me see if you can take a look inside. Yeah. Nice, good quality handles. There we go. Looks like it's childproof. Clean inside. I'll put it on the ground so that you can take a look as well. There you go. And inside here, I'll get all the cables. I see this is for 220 volts, and I see this is my DC connector right there. This is the operating instructions and the warranty. We will certainly keep that in a very safe place. And here are the cables here. So I'll just bring this in to you so you can have more of a look. For those that venture out into the bush as much as I do, you'll know exactly what these cables are for. This actually goes into the cigarette lighter of your vehicle. You'll see that the way that it is designed, it is a twist system. So once you push in, do twist it, and these things will lock into place so that it doesn't jiggle out when you're going on corrugated roads. It does have a different connector than the AC supply. As you can see there, they are different so that you cannot get them confused. You will struggle immensely to try to get this plug to fit into this socket. All right, let's put those to the side there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it forward a little bit so that you can see inside yourself. There you go. So on the whole of it, the first thing that I'm going to test is the fact that does it seal properly. As I told you earlier, in 2008, they actually reinvented the thickness, the insulation around the fridges and the freezer to be more economical, use less battery power. Obviously, the compressor doesn't have to work so hard. And if a fridge doesn't seal, the compressor is going to have to continually keep working to cool the items inside because warm air is getting in. So yeah, absolutely love the fact that it's got these nice, looks like rubber PVC sort of coated insulation at the top there. That just looks like it gives it that 100% of the seal. It's also got push clip handles. Big fan of these. So these little handles here, as you can see, it's almost arrowhead design. What they do is those lock into place so that it ensures a very tight seal so that your compressor doesn't have to work so hard and that doesn't drain the battery power of your vehicle or your portable power supply, whatever you use. What I like about this is that it's dual compartment. Which means you would use one as a fridge, one as a freezer. On this unit, you can set yourself. You can decide which you want to be the fridge and which you want to be the freezer. They are different sizes. Historically, when we go off-road, we like to use the bigger items. The bigger items will go for your food, that sort of thing, your meat, your chops, your boerewors, mini pizzas, if you're traveling with kids. The smaller section, well, that's more for things that you're going to put in and out frequently. That will be more for your juices, your cool drinks, your alcoholic beverages, keeping a nice beer cold at the campsite. But yeah, I mean, the uses that I think that this fridge freezer will have, so many. I mean, at the moment that I'm speaking to you, we are in amongst the stage 6 load shedding. For some people that are based up in Gauteng, I mean, they have to last 5-6 hours without electricity. If you've got goodies in the fridge, I think at about 4 hours in, 3 hours in, things start to get a bit questionable. So the friends that I know that are still staying in Gauteng, yeah, they're all buying portable fridges like there's no tomorrow, just so that they can keep all their goods fresh. I purchased some goods to test this unit with myself, probably about 1,000 rands worth of groceries. And I thought that would be enough to cover me for about 2 days in the bush with my loving wife and kids. And yeah, we're going to see exactly how many groceries we can put in here, and we're going to see how long it actually lasts. More so, how much power does it consume? It's important to note that the reason we are shooting this today in this controlled environment is because I'm going to actually plug it into a portable power supply that we've got. And I want to know how much power this draws and how long it draws for. So during the course of this video, you'll see me quickly check in, check out as I come in here to our office, just to check how much battery we're using and is the goods inside this fridge freezer still cold or frozen. I'm going to call that the boerewors test, but yeah, we'll get to that in a little second. So the first things first is that I'm actually going to power this unit up so that it can start to get cold already. And on this side here, I've got my Rentec portable power supply. There you go, you can take a look. And just to make this video as authentic as possible, to show you that there's no sneaky going on behind the scenes. There you go, push and hold. I can hear the fan coming on. It says they're absolutely 4 full cycles. So it's using no electricity at the moment. And yeah, we're going to plug it in so that you can see how much battery power it does consume during the course of the weekend. An important thing to note is that with any portable power supply, if you plug your fridge or freezer into the AC output, it's going to use more electricity because it's available. If you want your fridge to last and last longer, a little tip for me is to plug it into the cigarette lighter, the 12 volts. And there's a reason for that, because this is AC, this is 220 volts. So if the fridge is plugged into that, the portable power supply basically says, we have 220 volts available for you, and the fridge says, yes, I want all of it, and takes it. With the 12 volt socket here, the portable power supply says, I've only got 12 volts for you, not 220 volts, and the fridge will say, right, we'll take nothing more than 12 volts, thank you very much. So you will get longer lasting power from any portable power supply from the DC 12 volts than you would the AC. However, if you're using the AC, the compressor does work harder, it cools quicker, and it's also a lot faster. So in my opinion, this would be economical mode, and this would be power mode. So for me, I want to test out the economical mode in the 12 volt, just because most people will be using this, in and around the house, in their cars while they're touring, on caravan trips, 4x4 trips into the bush. If you've got horse riding for the day, you can take this with. You can keep all the beverages cold for your kids. If you go into the beach, same thing. I don't have to tell you, I think you know the applications anyway. So it's actually quite excited that anybody else out there that sees unit 163 or 568, it was this exact unit. Feel free to share this video amongst your friends so you can see that I was the first person to unbox it. I thought that was quite nice. So here we go again with the 12 volt cigarette lighter socket like this. You can see it's got this special little piece at the end there, and it's got these little clips on the side. So when you do push it in, you'll hear a click. Just give it a twist, and you'll see that it'll lock into place with this little mechanism over here. So there we go, 1, 2, 3. Push that in, twist, and there you go. That's in. Right. Let's see if I can plug this guy together. And for the first time in its life, we are going to fire it up. Okay, that's cool. So if you come and look over here, it's got little LEDs inside on each side so that you can actually see inside the fridge freezer. We'll get rid of those because we don't need that for freshness. You can come have a look inside here. Yeah, these are actually quite nice. I just want to do a little test here and see if the light goes off when I clip it in. Yes, it does. So, I think it's very economical, the fact that when you actually do close this, these lights do actually switch off. I can see it from the other side. So I'm just going to close these up so that I don't waste any of the battery. These are nicely built. On some of these units, on some of the SnoMaster units, you can actually do reversible lids. I don't know if you can do the reversible lids for opening left and right. One of the other units that we did test was able to do it. I don't think these are interchangeable lids. I think these lids are pretty much standard. But yeah, very nice. Love the feel. I'm a big SnoMaster fan, so yeah, I like seeing the logo on the front there. And let's power it up and see what it's capable of. So I think what we're going to do here for the groceries that I have, the small fridge I'm going to use for meat. And I think traveling with wife, kids, and family, I think I'm going to use the bigger unit for the beverages part. So what I want to do here is I'm going to push the power on. Let's give that a second. You'll see. So at the moment, it says here, and it states very clearly which is the left compartment and which is the right compartment. So at the moment, it's set to medium. So on the small compartment, which is the one on the left, I'm going to actually set that to, well, they say freezing is 0 degrees. So I think let's just go to -5 on that because we want that frozen. On the cooling section, I don't want that frozen. I'm going to make that at probably about 5 degrees just to keep it very nice and cool. So you've also got here what sort of economical mode you want it on. So for me, it's set at max at the moment. But because I'm going to leave this unattended for as long as I possibly can, just to see how economical it is. On Monday morning, I'm going to come back into work and I'm going to switch it on, and I'm going to see exactly what it is. So there you go, push and hold, and I've just changed the compressor speed to economical. Your battery protection here is in the left-hand frame. You can see it just over here. So on the battery protection, you can say if you want to get alert when it's draining your battery to medium or when it's draining to low. Essentially what that means is if you are running a portable power supply, maybe not as high-tech as lithium ion, but if you're running a normal AGM battery or lead acid battery, and you just want to protect the battery, what I know is the fact that the minute you drain more than 60% or 50% of the battery power out of the battery, this is traditional lead acid batteries, you actually cause damage to the battery, permanent, irreparable damage. So having this battery indicator here and this battery protection monitor, I think is very nice. So if I set it to medium right over here, it's going to alert me that, hang on, I've used up half my power, and it will tell me that, I need to come up with a new plan. So yeah, I can hear the fan going inside. That's the compressor. Very silent. I'll see if I can take my mic out and put it as close to it as you can so you can hear what I can hear. Very quiet, very quiet. All right, and then the next step is to show you the goodies that I've bought to put inside so that we can test. When we got sent this unit, we were told to make sure, how long it would last actually in the bush. And so I was told to pack for as long as possible. But I think, during the course of this weekend, let's say we have load shedding for, 48, 72 hours. I want to see if, this fridge freezer is able to handle all my food during that period, in case South Africa shuts down and nobody has power for a week. So yeah, we'll see what we've got here to put inside. We've got a good couple of cool drinks. There you go. So in they go. And so it's 55 liters, which is the SMDZ-LS55. 55, there we go. This will be for my wife's gin, absolutely, Fitch and Leeds. I see we've got another Fitch and Leeds. That's very interesting. What else have we got here? We've got a couple of coolies, a couple of beverages. There we go. Here we go. That'll be for me. Just to let you know that whenever you do put alcohol into a frame, according to the advertising laws in South Africa, I have to state that you do need to be over the age of 18 to buy alcoholic beverages. You must drink responsibly and don't drink and drive. That's the requirement for alcohol advertising in South Africa. Some of the other things that we've got here is Monster energy drinks. There we go. Because if the kids are up all night, so will you be. For me, this is heart attack stuff. High cholesterol, but it's not about me, it's about the kids, isn't it? And then I can see Fitch and Leeds Pink Original Tonic. This is for another one for the ladies. I've actually seen that there's quite a few of these. Let's see. Put that one in there. Here we go. Here's another one. In she goes. And after 5 liters of gin and tonic, it's nice to see that the missus is going to stay hydrated the morning after. Maybe that's for coffee. Not quite one of the 5-a-day allowances for kids, but I suppose passion power is better than no fruit juice at all. We'll put that in there. Obviously, a little Nachi Energade. Okay guys, now we're going to start with the frozen items. I'm going to freeze chicken, I'm going to freeze my boerewors. What is any weekend away without these little homemade mini pizzas? Just a little personal trick. These are an absolute treat on the braai. The braai broodjies are fantastic, but it's a secret that not many people like. But if you're looking for little soup sauce, little starters, something that you can try, these little mini pizzas. Don't put them on high heat. Don't put them right close to the coals. Just put them at the top. Let them do their thing. The bottom actually goes very, very crispy, and they do defrost, and the top melts as well. So yeah, little trick for you guys there. So I'm going to put all of these goodies inside this cold section here, because this is the section that I've set to freeze to -5. If need be, I'll come in on Monday, and then I will see what if it needs a little bit more. Here we've got beef burger patties. There you go. Proudly South African, I and J, or as they say in the flats, ek en J. But yeah, these are a treat as well. They go very quickly. They taste delicious. If they had a Facebook page, I would probably follow it. Here we go, peas. There's call that to go with our passion power fruit juice. So let it be said that we give our kids 2 a day, not 1 a day. There we go. Put the peas in there. There we go. What is life without mini Magnum ice creams? Let me tell you, these weren't cheap, but they are delicious. I'll put those in the box. Take very good care of those. And then, of course, my mini pizzas. We'll put those in there, and you can come have a look as soon as I'm finished, so you can see exactly what it entails. And how much stuff I can actually fit into here. There we go. I see a little hole at the moment. And then obviously, there we go. Happy wife, happy life. If things get a bit heated, I can just toss one of these. It works as well as a grenade. Just silences everybody either in the car or at the campsite. Yeah, real treat. Do love these things. They are an absolute godsend. So we're going to see if we can fit all of this into the fridge freezer. There we go. So you can come take a look. That's all in. Absolutely jam-packed to the brim, so we can fit all of those goodies right inside there. Take your last look, because you're probably not going to see it for a little while, for a good couple of days. So there we go. We're going to close that up. I'm just going to see if there's any more space inside the drinks cooler to make sure that I've packed it efficiently. There is some more space. And what are we going to put in here? There we go. Put some Red Bulls so that we can make sure that you know, the kids don't run out of energy. There we go. I'm going to fit another one of these there for the missus. And I think the last one, could I have packed this a little bit better? I don't think so. I think that's about as much as I'm going to get in at the moment. Just to make double sure. I could probably do, because I want to make sure that I can pack as much into this fridge as possible. Look, it is 55 liters. That's quite heavy. So there we go, put that in there, put those in there. You'll see that I did get oddly shaped items so that you could actually see the struggles and strife that people go through when they are packing their fridge. But you know, the benefit of having this dual door system, or the different opening lids, is that if it was all one lid, you can only either use it as a fridge or a freezer. I like the fact that you can use it for both. And I like the fact that you can set it depending on your needs. You can have the bigger compartment for your freezer, or you can have the smaller compartment for your freezer. You can decide. You know, if you really wanted, you can set them both to freeze. There we go. I'm just going to pack this last little guy in here. There you go. It's just important to make sure that it's got this outer lip, and you've got to make sure that none of these bottle tops actually protrude and prevent this little thing from clicking into place. So if it clicks into place, there, one up, something sticking out, and it would be, there we go, probably that one. 1, 2, 3, click. There you go, done. Sealed. Right, so yeah, that's sealed at the moment. Yeah, looks really nice. Keen to see if this is going to make the weekend. You can take a little look around. I'm just going to keep everything nice and neatly into one spot. So I'll keep everything together. Nice grab handles, easy to lift. The unit itself, when I lifted it up, was extremely light. I think it might only weigh probably about I think 10 kilos. I'll have to double check that for you. It'll be in the specs below. If you do need anything specific to this fridge, you can always just read the article below. There'll be links in the description, links in the bio. Yeah, very nice unit. So we can just see here, I mean, it has been running for a couple of minutes now, and we can still see battery indicator working, still on eco mode. I think the cooling side, just because remember we set the right-hand compartment to cool, and we set the left-hand compartment to freeze. They're both at 11 now, and it's not using much battery at all. If you look here on my little Rentex system on the LED display, you can see that it's showing that there's no other units plugged in. There's no other units plugged in, just the one, and it's DC, it's 12 volts, and it's the little dial that's clocking out there is yeah, not moving too terribly fast, so it is very economical. And to make this authentic as possible, you can see it is 4 o'clock. I'm going to show you my watch. There you go, take that right off. Hi guys, welcome back. Nice to see me again, I'm sure. So today is the 26th of September, and here we are just going on 4 o'clock. So we have left this unit for a period of 3 days. So I'm quite interested to get inside, take a look, see how much power we've used, make sure that the fridge is still running. Remember, we haven't touched this unit for 72 hours. So I'm keen to get a good look at it. As you can see, I'm dressed rather smartly today. I've got a fair amount of Zoom meetings that I do need to do. So I do need to look smart from the waist up. Hopefully I fill that part. So yeah, as you can see here, I've got the key with me. And our trusty little product test, do not enter. That's what that says. But yeah, I'm quite eager to open up here and see what's happening. Follow me this way. And there she is, purring like a kitten and running like a dream. As you can see here, the first thing when I look at on the left-hand side is how much battery we are using. You see it's not draining anything out of the system at the moment. It is pretty stationary. It probably doesn't require much because it has already reached its -5 degrees and 5 degrees that we have set the fridge freezer to. So the units inside will still keep good insulation because the insulation on this fridge is pucker. But yeah, once the goods inside are cold, it's going to help retain that coolness throughout. And this is one of the things we can only test inside a closed environment. Obviously, if we were outside in the hot sun, then that would obviously, the compressor would have to work harder. But I think so far, if we're going on 3 days and we've only used 3 cells of battery, in my opinion, that is absolutely phenomenal. Here we are at the temperature, we're still set on eco, still set to battery protection medium. So yeah, it's it's hard to tell you how exciting this is without you being here, but I think one day you guys can do your own tests in your own environments just to see the difference in quality of products that are out there. For me, the next thing that I wanted to check is, I've left this unattended for 3 days. I just want to make sure that the goods inside are actually frozen for the things that I've set to freeze, and that the items are cool for the things that I've stated to be cold. So first on the list, we're going to look inside here. I don't know if you can come and have a look here. If you can come and look inside here, you can see, frost is on the bottles there. It is nice and cool. A little bit of condensation on the side. That means it is working. Now, the longer I keep this open, the more cold air is going to escape. So I'm going to keep that nice and closed while we wait for another 24 hours to assess how much battery we are using then. On the left-hand side of the compartment, remember we set that to the freezer. So I just want to make sure that all the goodies that I've put in there are frozen, because I think for bacteria not to breed, it needs to be at 0 degrees, which slows down the reproduction rate of bacteria. So, your chops, your sausage, your chicken can all last a lot longer. So let me take a little look inside here. Come and have a look here again. We'll just move 1 or 2 of these items. Yeah, here you can see also a lot more condensation on the side of the fridges. You can see that side and that side there. So it's a little bit of moisture. But let's take a look. And I think I specifically put the bag of peas in here because I wanted to see if the bag of peas are frozen in chunks. Yeah, there are a couple of chunks in here. I mean, you can't see it, but there, broken up a little bit. So absolutely, so it is freezing the peas, which is a very good sign. I'm just going to have to remember how I unpack this all. Pizzas, are there many pizzas frozen? Yes, they are. To be fair, I probably could have set that to about -7. Would probably been a little bit better, but these are all right. I mean, they're not, you can't feel, I can, but they're good enough to last for a weekend. Let's take a look at the chicken. Well, let me tell you, that is absolutely frozen there. I mean, there's your proof. And the sausage, right at the bottom, the sausage there, also frozen. 100%. It's getting hard just knocking like that, but that all seems to be working very well. I see that the, you can come have a look at this very quickly. So when the unit is, you can see it's setting to cool. There we go. Because I've got the lid open, I've taken the goodies out. Look how the fact that this LED light comes up, says cooling, because the compressor is going to have to cool the left-hand section of the fridge, which is why all of a sudden the Rentec portable power supply is showing that, you know, DC 12 volts is plugged in and it's draining more power now. So to be as economical as possible, I'm going to see if I can put all of these goodies back in here the way in which they were, so that we can leave it for another 24 hours and see how far we can get before either the battery gives out, but I don't think the fridge is going to give out. But if anything, that's going to tell you how economical this little 55 watt compressor is. Yeah, and it's no stranger why Shane actually signed off on this, because this is a fantastic little unit. I cannot actually believe we've gone for 3 days still on the same power supply. For me, that is phenomenal. So I'm going to put all those in there. Look, it's probably not pretty the way that I packed it now, but at least it's closed, which is definitely a positive. And yeah, I can see this is starting to work itself again. So from here, we're just going to see what happens over the next 24 hours. But I have a sneaking suspicion we're probably going to get, if it's been 72 hours and we've used 3 cells, if there are only 5 cells in this lithium-ion battery, then yeah, I mean, you can do your own maths to see how long we are going to last. Hi guys, welcome back. Yeah, it's good news today. Here we are on the 28th of September, doing the final day of our testing. We were supposed to wait till 4 o'clock to do the test, but after reading a couple of forums online about lithium-ion batteries, I don't want to run my lithium battery all the way flat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a spot check in here, and just to give you a timestamp, there we are, 28th, just before lunchtime, because those mini pizzas do have my name on them. So yeah, let's go in and take a look at the test that we're doing. And the really great news is today's the last day you're going to see this lovely beak. So let's take a look. I think you know the drill by now. The last time we get to use that. All very quiet. All very quiet. All very quiet. Yeah. As you can see here, it's still on 5. That's -5. Eco mode. Battery protection low. And there we are, that's the last cell. You won't see anything lit up now because the compressor's not running, but the minute I do either change the specs, let's see if I can make this to -18. See, the minute I touch that, do you see how the portable power supply immediately starts drawing power? There the light comes on to say it's cooling, and then it's going to slowly start getting colder and colder and colder and colder and colder. But I think yeah, I think that's a fantastic result. Everything inside still ice cold. Let's take a look. Take a look. These are still cold. Tell you what, let's while I've got you here, I'm just going to look at the condition of these ice creams, because I think the true test will be to see, you know, are these cold, are they frozen? But they are definitely good. So I'm going to put those over there. Just take open one of these units. I'm glad we're doing this with the camera rolling so they can see nothing has been fudged at all. There you go. Not broken, not melting. But very delicious. All right, so just to recap, as we end off on our last day here with the SnoMaster, I am very sorry that I'm going to have to be giving this unit back. But yeah, some of the key things to take away from this is the fact that it's lightweight. It's got 55 liters of storage. You can set it to fridge or freezer. It's got onboard battery protection. Yeah, so this is signed off by Shane Bennett himself. I can I can clearly see why. This is a fantastic piece of kit. Love the stitching, love the leather stitching, love the handles. Just to recap, I don't like the spring-mounted handles, but each into their own, I guess. And yeah, we've run this for a period, I think, of 5 days. It has lasted the entire time completely off-grid, only using our portable power supply here. And as a recap, I'm just going to let everyone know that if you plug it into the AC output of any portable power supply, it is going to use 220 volts, which means it's not going to be as economical as we have done things here. Another thing to remember is that this is a controlled environment, which means that in the field, in the bush, if you're out there, there is ambient sort of temperature that will cause difference to this actual fridge freezer. It is a 55 watt compressor. It's very economical, but you see, the minute you put this unit inside a hot car, for example, that compressor is going to have to work harder. But you know, how could you do a test in the bush where the weather changes so sporadically? For example, you'll get a windy day where things will be cooler. You'll get a super hot day, probably 30, 28 degrees, where it's going to have to work harder. Then you're going to get a rainy day where the compressor's not going to have to work so hard. So by us doing this test in a controlled environment, at least we've got ourselves a set of results in an isolated environment that we know what we can expect in the bush. So if we got 5 days, 5 long days, bar 4 hours, 5 long days out of this portable power supply and having this fridge run, I think in reality in the bush, if you're out on safari or anything else, you could probably expect maybe about half of that, which still 2 days to be off grid, comfortably off power, just running off a portable power supply. I think that's phenomenal. I really do think that's phenomenal. This is a great unit. Like I said, it's got two compartments, one bigger than the other. You can set which one you want a fridge or which one you want as a freezer. Yeah, very high quality fridge. Love the stitching. Signed off by Shane Bennett himself, like we said in the earlier video, and I would very much like to encourage you guys to read the article that we did on the release of this with more pictures onto our website. But yeah, from all of us here at SA4x4, I'm sorry I'm not wearing a 4x4 shirt at the moment, but yeah, we have had to test this unit over the period of 5 days just to see how it can cope and how it can handle. And yeah, I'm blown away by the results, and I reap the rewards of the benefits. So yeah, from all of us here at SA4x4, I'd just like to say thank you very much. Thank you for all of our new subscribers. Everyone, if you've got any questions, just remember to write them in the description below. And yeah, huge thanks to SnoMaster for letting us test this unit just to see what it was about, to see if it can handle our climate, what kind of conditions it can operate in, and most importantly, how economical it is. So while we recorded this over the 5 days, I just want to let everyone know that some very big things happened in South Africa. We went right up to stage 6 load shedding. That was terrible. Even Etzebeth's try against Argentina got disallowed. That's just something that I'm going to have to live with. But for everyone else who are up in Gauteng, who are facing sort of 6 to 8 hour periods without electricity, yeah, I can understand why everyone's rushing out to buy portable fridges from SnoMaster, because we filled this fridge with 1,000 rands worth of food, and here we go. I'll unpack it all for you one last time so you can see just exactly how much food and how much supplies you can fit into this thing. It's no small potatoes. It is a lot. If this were a movie, the credits would be rolling up right about now, but all of this, as you can see, imagine yourself here with me, all of this is coming out. This is all the stuff we put inside the fridge compartment. There we go. That was for me on my trip. These was for the kids. There we go. 2 cans of Monster energy drink. Heart attack stuff for me. There we go. You actually cannot believe how easily this stuff fits inside here. Look, if I'd have packed it probably a little bit differently with 2 hands, I probably could have got it in a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, this sort of feels like Santa's Santa's sleigh with his bag, just unloading all the goods for the kiddies. So that is absolutely empty. We'll keep that open. This is the freezing stuff that we put inside. I'm going to put the ice creams to the front of the queue. There we go. I&J ribs, burgers, sorry, there we go. Many pizzas. I've let you guys in on a little secret on those bad boys. Peas. Still, we can see here, absolutely frozen solid. There we go. Oh, don't forget those -1. So you can take a look, completely empty inside. You can come have a look on inside here. Tell you what, the compressor is going to have to work hard now, but there you go. Nice and empty. All to do is to clean it and return it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, subscribe to our channel. We've got some great new tests coming up, which I'm excited to show you. Some of the Osram kit that we've been sent, and yeah, thank you very much.